Okay, so one thing I've got really good at over the past 8 years is how to set up your day so you actually get the most out of it. Like, how do you structure your day? How do you schedule your day? How do you think about days of the week? And I just had this conversation with three people today alone. So I'm going to record this because I know that, this has helped a lot of people and it's some of the most valuable stuff that I have. So when you're looking at your day, there's a tendency we have to have a great plan for the day and then you don't do it. So the first most important thing when you're looking at how to really set up your day for success is you're going to have to learn how to honor your commitments and anticipate you're going to fail at it many times. But it's a process of getting better and better and better and iterating. Iterating means just having constant improvement, slight improvement, like 1% better. And then just do that and be intentional for the next week or two, you'll get a lot better. So that's the first thing is having that commitment of saying, look, I'm going to actually honor my calendar. I'm going to make sure I have the Google Calendar app on my phone. I just use Google Calendar. It's the simplest. Most people use that. And then I also will use reminders. And so like I have iPhone, so I'll just hold down the button. And I'll say, Siri, remind me tomorrow. Like I always have at 10 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. That's my time to do like basic administrative stuff. So if I'm hanging out, with people or talking to my wife or just like whatever, I'm not in a operations time, the time where I get the operations stuff done. I know between 10 and 10:45 a.m. every single day, that's when I do that stuff. So I will set a reminder and I'll say, remind me tomorrow at 10 a.m. to reply to that email. Or like I have to return my census. Here in the US, you have a census every few years, and I haven't finished one page of it. So I say, hey, remind me tomorrow at 10 a.m. to schedule 20 minutes to finish the census. Simple stuff, but that allows you to streamline how you think about your things that you do. Okay, so there's one other really important topic. And again, this is what people usually ask me about. It's called a mini day schedule. So just really think about this. You have, let's say you sleep for 6 hours a night. Okay. And then let's say you have 4 hours where you want to hang out with, let's say you're in a situation like me, right? So you got a wife and a kid and you want to have 4 hours with them where you can be like present, enjoying it. Okay. So you sleep for 6 hours. You got 4 hours with your family or chilling. Guess what? So that's 10 hours. You still got 14 more hours of your day. So even if you're one of those hardcore entrepreneurs and you're working 12-hour days, guess what? That's still 2 more hours are left in there. So there's so much you can do. And it's pretty freaking simple. Again, it's just that's why I opened this video with talking about commitment. Having that commitment to really stick through. So one guy messaged me earlier today. He was asking advice on sales and how he's like making time to talk to people, but he's like having issue in those conversations going deep with people. So I was recommending to him having a time in his day where he actually intentionally studies sales. Now, for all y'all who are into this kind of thing, nothing replaces obviously going and talking to real people, of course. I'm not saying to replace your time that you would go out into the world and actually talk to people or build your business or whatever it is you're doing. It's a separate time of the day where you block an hour for yourself with no distractions. Again, this is where your commitment comes in. This is where your dedication comes in. And so, like for me, I have it in the evening. So before I sign off for the end of the day, I'll usually do about 45 minutes of like intentionally watching videos and training. And it's learning the most practical skills I can to keep building my business and my impact. So a lot of it right now is like leadership training and learning how to like do even more effective marketing locally. So like finding places to do like guerrilla marketing. Those skills are insanely valuable to me right now. So I have a whole playlist in my YouTube of stuff I've assembled and I actually use the watch later feature in YouTube. I have a separate video for that. It's called How I Created My Own TV Channel. And so if you just search on YouTube, you could search it on my specific YouTube channel. I don't know how you search on there, but just search TV channel Mitchell Snyder and you'll see it. It's like a 9-minute video. And in that I explain how I actually intentionally use YouTube to study, where it's like I'm sitting down and I'm taking notes on it. I'm like rewatching the video and like making sure I understand it. So I have a time throughout my day where I do that. So, okay, you got the time throughout the day where you break it up into chunks. So like I rarely will take a call or do a meeting before 11 a.m. But after between 11 a.m. and usually 6 or 7 p.m., I'm good to do like calls, meetings, that kind of thing. And then usually 2, 3 nights a week, I'm out of the house and I'm like at like proper events and things like that, just with the business that I run. So then in the mornings, I know a lot of like some people are hardcore in morning routines. They're like, oh my God, I need to do a cold plunge and I need to do a shower and meditate and be grateful and all this stuff. For a while, I was really into that. I found it was a big distraction. Then for a while, I would just wake up. I would just do my techno tutor for about 15 minutes just to prime myself for the day. And then I would just dive straight into work. Did that for a while too. What I've been doing more recently is I will wake up between 4 and 5, depending on when I go to bed. Because I really like being up, especially before our son Aristotle gets up and there's no distractions in the house. And then I will I'll listen to a couple things, and then I'll do my techno tutor and my writing, and I'll usually read a blog. It's a specific set of blogs called Creation's Journey to Life. I finished Heaven's Journey to Life. And they're like, it's like way beyond self-development. But for anyone who's totally new to this, it's like the ultimate self-development blogs. So I do that because that allows me to work on my mind and myself and to have that clarity. Because I'm at a position now where I'm responsible for a lot of things with a lot of moving parts. So I like the beginning of the day to make sure that I know where I'm headed and I'm clear and there's nothing like in the back of my mind that's going to come up and, derail me. Then I'll go on a walk. I'll do, there's a self-forgiveness process. Shout out from DIP Light is where I got it, but then it's evolved. So I'll do that. I'll go on a walk usually for about 45 minutes. Then I'll walk our dogs. And then when I get back, it's usually around like 8 a.m. Then I will dive in to work. And then I have like my morning team call, and then I'll do the most difficult things first. That's a huge thing you can take from this. Don't worry about my routine exactly. You can test it if you want. But the thing that I would suggest taking on fully is doing that hardest thing first. Okay. Because you just have the most brain power, the most energy, all that. That's going to help you really improve. And then, if you're not using Technotutor or doing self-forgiveness, I mean, I don't know what else I can tell you except you should definitely check it out, because you'll go throughout your day and you'll have different things come up from your unconscious mind that'll sabotage you. And you'll want to feel lazy or lethargic, or in the afternoon, you want to take a nap and take a break or just scroll and everything. And I noticed like my productivity like tripled from using these tools, and just my sense of purpose and clarity. So anyway, that's some tips I have for how to set up the most successful day. Definitely you can use YouTube and things to study, and you just have to be really freaking disciplined. There's so much to it. I could make a 2-hour video on this, but I want to keep it short so that you can hear this. And then also, if you like any of the stuff about the unconscious mind, because when that's optimized, everything flows easier. There's a video I have on my YouTube called The Secret Behind the Secret. Probably one of the most important videos I have on here. That helps understand like how you are, like what you're actually resonating. Because what you're resonating, like think of like your feelings and emotions. Like just imagine it like this. If you're pissed and you go through your day and you're just pissed because you woke up early or you snoozed and you're supposed to wake up at 5 and you woke up at 7, now you're pissed all day, that's going to carry through into everything you do. So you can actually just correct that. So you're pissed for 2 minutes, you fix it, work it out within yourself, and then you're good. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I've been really into lately, and it's only going to keep improving. So cool. Yeah, if you found this helpful, let me know. Otherwise, you can leave a comment as well if you have like specific questions, because I'm happy to answer them. Because like I want to help you optimize your life and get as good as you possibly can. And then as you're doing that, then let's have a conversation about how we can actually change the world, because there's a whole structure we have. But I want to help you like crush it and make a bunch of money first. And then you can see, oh, okay, cool. Like this is what this is what I can learn from just a YouTube video. Well, imagine what we can do if we hang out in person, or you come to one of our events and things like that. We can go even further. So cool. If you like it, also share it with someone who needs to hear it. All right. See ya.